Warning: to avoid fire, shock, or death, turn off power at circuit breaker or fuse and test that power is off before wiring.
We have the CMS product line, which is a line voltage sensor. This is the ACY20, which can also do 0 to 10 volt dimming. And you've got 2 relays in this product as well too. So you've got your incoming line voltage. You actually have 2 inputs, one here and then one here, and then 2 load outputs, so you can actually control 2 different light fixtures, or you can use one of the outputs for plug load control as well. All the programming on this device is done using the Smart Sensor app. Under the cover, you've got your PIR sensor lens in here. These devices all come with 2 lenses. The standard white lens is for mounting heights 8 feet to 12 feet, and then we also have the black lens that can be for mounting heights 12 to 20 feet. We're going to put together here is another line voltage product. This is our ACY20, which is our CMS 0 to 10 volt dimming product, and it's got 2 relays. We're just going to connect one of the relays for this example here, so just connected to one light load. And then we're also going to do manual control by connecting it to the PLVSW. So a couple of unique things about this product. We've got this protector here that will uncover all of our line voltage terminal screws. And we're going to feed these through the back, tighten them down, and then we'll cover that back up before we energize the product. All of our low voltage connections, so connections to both the fixture control lines and to the low voltage wires on our PLVSW 4LW here, are going to go through the low voltage side. And you can see the inputs here, 0 to 10 volt outputs for the fixture, and then we have low voltage inputs for our dimmer, our 4-button dimmer. So first thing we'll do is go ahead and connect in our line voltage to the sensor. For this, I'm going to remove our Wago connectors, since we'll connect these directly into the back of the ACY20. We'll leave the ground on because there's no ground connection on the ACY20. So we're going to first put the line 1 in here, and we'll push that in. I'll get my screwdriver ready here. Just open that terminal all the way up. Make sure that's wrapped down or twisted tight there. And so line voltage goes in, and we'll tighten that up. Make sure it's nice and secure, doesn't pop out. Then we're going to do the same thing right next to it with our neutral wire. For the neutral connection, we've got this wire and the neutral that all needs to be tied together. Since we just have the one slot, I'm going to put a Wago on these. We'll just do a 3-way Wago. Get in there. And then I'm going to grab an extra wire, tie it into the open slot, and then tie this neutral, this end of the neutral, into that open slot in the back of the sensor. So we essentially have all of our neutrals all together. Again, since there's just one output here, we're essentially use the extra wire to tie that all in. So now we've got the load one out going to the fixture. So that's the black wire to the fixture here. So again, let's make sure that's nice and tight. And then we're gonna, open up the terminal so it'll slide in there easily. Push that in. Tighten that up. Now, because this is line voltage and it's not in a box, we do need to use caution. We're going to go ahead and put the cover back on, protect ourselves from touching the screws, which will be hot when it's live. Now we're going to switch to the low voltage side here. So I'm going to remove the Phoenix connector. We'll just pop that out. And I'm also going to remove the Wago connectors, terminating those. And we're going to feed these to the back of the Phoenix connector. Now, notice I have some fairly long leads on these wires. I'm going to cut those just a little bit shorter since the input to the Phoenix is not as deep. So if we have too much wire and they go so close, the wires could accidentally touch, and we don't want that to happen. So we'll go ahead and just shorten these wires up. Again, we'll kind of twist those nice and tight. You've got these screws here that you use to tighten the wires in there, but you'll want to line it up to see where they go. So on these ones, we're looking for dim plus and dim minus. So it's going to be hard to read on the back of this, but the farthest dim minus, which is going to be pink, and then right next to it is dim plus, which is going to be the purple or violet. So we'll go ahead and put the pink on the far end. Again, we're going to wind that nice and tight. And then I need to make sure these are open all the way up here. So again, we'll have pink on the far end. I need to open that up a little bit more. Alright, so pink will slide in, and again we want to have that wire pushed down as far as possible. I've got a little bit exposed there, but that should be okay. And we'll do the same with the purple right next to it. Tighten that down. And then our manual control is also going to come into this Phoenix connector as well. So for that, on the back side we also have a removable Phoenix connector here. We've got positive and negative. So just to keep all the wire colors consistent, I'm going to go ahead and use purple and pink here as well too. So we'll do purple for the positive, and if you ever forget which is which, just go ahead and line it back up. I know that plus is on top, so that's going to be this connection here, and we'll tighten that in. And then pink's going to go right next to that. We'll tighten that up too. Push it down in. And then your other side is going to go into, again, the back of your connection here. You will see that there is a EXT1, a COM, and an EXT2+. We'll go ahead and put this into the EXT1+, which is the third slot over. So the purple is going to go in that slot, and then the pink in the COM right next to it, which is going to be the second from the right. So we'll take our pink, but I'm going to go ahead and just trim these wires up just slightly too. Make them a little shorter there. Same with our purple. Pink is the COM right, second from the far right. Tighten that down. And then we've got purple right here. Next, we're going to go ahead, push that back into here until it clicks down in place. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. Now, I'm just going to tighten up this wire a little bit. I've got a little bit of wire exposed on this side here for our voltage out, so we'll go ahead and fix that really quick now. And then we should be good to plug this in. In fact, I'm just going to cut this new because it's been wound so many times that it's just a little bit bulky there. So we'll do a new one, twist that nice and tight, and it should go in here a little more cleanly. Looks better. We'll tighten that down and then put that terminal cover back on. And again, let's check to make sure all of our wires are nice and tight here. Nothing's going to pop loose. Put our protective cover back on. That snaps into place. All right, we're going to go ahead and plug it in here now. And we should see the lights come on. And it'll take just a second for it to power back up here. It does goes on, will go off, and then turn back on. Okay, put the cover on tight. Once you see the LED kind of go back to its normal pattern of just green and yellow, essentially the product is energized, and we can now do manual control. So we'll turn it off, turn it on. You can dim down, and each dim level will take it down, I think anywhere from about 7 to 10%. You can go all the way down, keep going down until it goes all the way off. And then if you hit on, it'll come back onto that min level. You can take it all the way up to full bright. Now, for any configuration other than the default mode, any other changes would be done using the Smart Sensor app. You would connect to the device and configure it as needed, but as you can see, it's designed to work right out of the box. Just wire it up and you've got auto on, auto off, and manual control too.